That's pretty good. So we just got off the boat, passed through a little village kinda, and we're actually going about the speed limit here because we want to be respectful to the people living here, and it also makes me happy we don't have super loud exhausts. But anyways, the boat was like 60,000 pesos, so that's like $17, $18 I think, US dollars. And the boat we were on is actually so big, it was like a double boat, like a catamaran, and they could fit cars on it. That's what those two pieces of wood were for. So that was kind of cool. We didn't have any issues with just these 3 bikes on there. I have a suspicion they've carried much, much more exciting cargo than just us. So it's raining, and then it's not raining, then it's raining, then it's sunny. So luckily we can just take off these jackets, these stowaways, put them on, take them off. However the conditions require it. It's pretty simple.
As you see, it's more heavily guarded.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's a gate and everything.
What if we arranged a fake kidnapping, but we wouldn't tell you?
I mean, I would be scared.
Woo!
How do you like the quality of the tents?
What? Lucas, why you look so grumpy?
I'm a little bit hungry, and my ass is kind of sore from sitting. Just like that.
Dude, I honestly, I'm just riding by my instincts.
By your instincts? Wow.
So, have you ever ridden in the rain like this?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
We are somewhere outside of Florencia. We just came on like a 65, 70 mile dirt road stretch from where we stayed in Mocoa, over the river, through a bunch of like small little villages and that kind of stuff. Water crossings, rain, and now we're headed north, basically from Florencia north towards the, what's the name of it? Tatacoa Desert is kind of the next big destination. That's where we're headed. Not sure exactly when we'll get there. There's still a lot of miles, a lot of kilometers left today to go. But we're making pretty good time, to be honest. We just stopped here for lunch at the side of this road. Yeah, it's just been rain. Today is probably the rainiest day of all the days. We had one really nice section where there's dry pavement, sun, and just warm, kind of drier air. Otherwise, it's just been humid, and rainy. Big time rain. Like huge drops. Yeah. It's cold.
Cold? Cold tamales?
Yep.
Jesus. But is it eatable still?
basically this is where the Amazon, the Andes meet the Amazon. So north from here, the Andes splits in 3 mountain ranges. But there, down there, you can see where the Amazon basin starts.
It's so hot already. It's gonna be bad today.
It's not even midday.
Yeah, what is it, like 9, 10 right now?
Is that
10
freezing
10.
units or?
Time is the same in the morning, at least till 12. We got in like 9:30 last night. It's a long day yesterday from like 6 in the morning, before 6 a.m. to like 9, 9:30. Big day, boat, dirt roads, villages, rain, all day.
And all the crazy bus drivers.
That's true also. Bus drivers that have flashing lights as if they're like an ambulance, so you kind of pull over and they go by at night, passing on blind corners. Pretty exciting. So we're just leaving Neva now. We came in last night at like 9:30. Super long day yesterday. Almost, I don't know how much, like 400 or 500 kilometers. And we passed through a lot of terrain last night. And what we're seeing this morning is that it's starting to change kind of to this more like half desert, half jungle type stuff. You can see up there's like kind of more dirt visible, and the trees have smaller leaves. It's kind of less tropical, and we've been seeing some iguanas run across the road. So it's definitely changing here. Like it's less tropical feeling. It's still humid and hot, but less jungly than it was when we were further south. So yesterday we were basically right at the edge of the Amazon, of like the Amazon jungle. And we just kind of went right to the edge of it. That was, I would call it like the gateway to the Amazon, to be cheesy, where the boat was yesterday, the boat crossing. And then from there we went basically north and started following one of the valleys between where the Andes mountains split into 3 ranges. So where we were at the lake was kind of 1 range, and then it becomes 3. And now we're heading north in between 2 of the ranges, kind of on the more eastern part of the mountains. And where we're going right now, I looked at the map, and heading north from Neva, we're actually on the west side of a river. And we're going to have to somehow cross the river, which I think is what we're heading to do now.
Yeah, we're in Ipa now, the town where we crossed the river, basically.
Yeah, and all these, Tolga, tell me if I'm wrong, but all these rivers are basically tributaries to the Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
They all run effectively downhill from the Andes. Dude, this is the first time we've had dust, I think, this whole time.
Yes. Go on.
Yeah, man, this is better off-road routes like this. This is much better now. I'm on your right.
You're on my right?
Yep.
Okay.
Here's the boat.
There's the one.
There's one. Hopped over the river on a quick little ferry ride. This one was a legit ferry, actually. Smaller river, bigger boat than it was last time. pretty simple, didn't even have to really wait. Now we're in the desert for sure. Cactuses, dust. Man, look at all these cactuses. I'm a desert boy, man. I grew up in the Midwest, but for some reason the desert is cool to me.
Mr. Lucas Eddy, aka Soft Enduro, got stuck. Yeah, boy!
Easy. Let's do it again. Sand boy? Yeah. Me? I mean, that's what I learned to ride on. I'm not sure I'm really good at it, but that's all you really have in Michigan. So what I'm doing right now is I'm breaking the rules. You're supposed to be able to put this hydration pouch inside the back of the jacket, which you can if you want, but I kind of realized I can put it in this back pouch here, and it kind of puts the weight more on my hips and that kind of stuff with the pockets full. It actually keeps the weight off my shoulders this way. So pro tip, if you want, you can put your bladder in the back pouch here and run the hose up to the front. Works great. We're starting day 2 in the desert here, Tatacoa area. We're leaving Esteban. He's gonna head back to Medellin. He has like a whole day, probably maybe 2 days of riding just to get back to there. Hopefully we're gonna see him again to do some more exploring in that area. Tolga and I are gonna continue kind of northeast to Bogota area. We'll be there maybe 2 days, but this is the second day in the desert now. Crazy hot, crazy humid. And I don't know, it's only like 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning right now. Yeah. All right, so we just left the hotel where we stayed in Tatacoa Desert area. Esteban is heading back to Medellin. We spent the last couple of days riding with him. Might see him again to do some more exploring later on. But Tolga and I are now headed again through the desert, northeast towards Bogota, which is the capital city of Colombia, home to like 7 million people, which is kind of a lot. More than Medellin, which is like, I don't know, 2 or 3, maybe more.
2.5.
2.5, okay. It's gonna be another hot day here. Okay, Tolga and I are in the Tatacoa Desert right now, and I think this is a good opportunity for us to explain why we're using this gear that we're using, the Baja S4 mesh adventure gear. And first of all, it's supposed to be the dry season here in Colombia right now, and as you can see, it's been raining a ton almost every day. But we're still not really disappointed with this gear choice because we knew there would be a little bit of rain at least somewhere. And the reason for that is because when it's super hot, it's super humid, we want to be able to have the most amount of ventilation and mesh breathability and everything as possible without getting rid of our abrasion and impact protection. So we have the whole package all at once. And then when it does rain, we can layer up with forecast pants and stowaway jacket. And basically, when we have to be as protected from the elements as possible, we can be. When it gets cold, we can layer up some more. But the root kind of gear here is durable, abrasion-resistant mesh and impact protection all the time, so we don't ditch that when we switch to, you know, super hot weather or to rainy conditions and that kind of stuff. So the obvious choice here for adventure gear would be Gore-Tex stuff like the Carlsbad, for example, which would be more convenient when it's raining all the time, so we don't have to switch layers back and forth. But Tolga and I both made the choice to kind of have the compromise happen on the other side. So when it is raining, we compromise with some shells, and when it's not raining, we have the most amount of comfort. The Gore-Tex would be a little bit kind of sweatier, muggier, when we're moving slow and it's super humid, so we wanted to just compromise on the other side. Because the bottom line here, guys, is you can't win. You have to choose where you put your compromise. If there was one type of gear that did everything the best, we would just make only that. We wouldn't make anything else. So it's up to you guys, kind of how you want to choose where you want to have the compromise. And in this case, we're doing it with the mesh gear. This is close enough. It's fine for me.
What are you eating?
Fish?
A taco fish.
I don't know. So Tolga and I just got done with lunch at kind of the north end of the desert, which the desert was bigger than I thought it was. It kind of seems small, and then you just keep riding and riding and riding, and it never ends. But anyways, now we're heading north still, and immediately we got into this forest area, and I noticed that the temperature kind of changed a little bit, the humidity changed, and it started to feel a lot more rainforesty again. And if you can see, the leaves on the trees, on the plants, have gotten bigger now. So really, really abruptly, this environment kind of changed, which is pretty cool. Jungle mountains, that's cool. And now we switch to dirt.
Man, that was a nice, fun
Yeah,
road.
dude.
It's like a go-kart track.
Yeah, exactly.
They should do go-kart races up there. Go-kart hill climb.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Man, I don't have my Gore-Tex socks on today. Do you?
No.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah.
Wonder if there's a lookout somewhere.
Whole plateau. Magdalena. You can see Magdalena.
I mean, we're pretty close to the ridge, it seems like.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to get my feet wet.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
Can do some jumping shots off that rock.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Great bike.
See, that's the thing. We're on these hardcore enduro travel bikes, and then people come here every day with just mopeds. Whoa, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think the wheels will keep it up there.
So instead of going straight north from Tatacoa Desert, Tolga kind of found this alternate route heading more into the mountains, which is pretty cool. I didn't know where he was taking us. I thought it was going to be all just pavement straight up, and then we started kind of climbing up this ridge, pavement, dirt, and everything. And it's actually super cool. We're on the way to Melgar right now, which is partway between Tatacoa Desert and Bogota, where we're going to end up tomorrow night.